Welcome to my channel. In today's session, we are going to discuss on CRUD operations in ASP.NET with C#. This is the real-time example. I am going to give the demo step by step, so it will take more time. So please watch till end of the video. So this is I am going to give you example for you. This is my product master where I am going to give product code, name, quantity, price, and remarks. These three buttons I am going to provide for save, update, delete, and clear. So this is my grid view. Whenever I am making insert, update, delete, this will be fetched into this grid view. Whenever there is no record on this, so then it will show it as no data found like this. So this is going to see the example. So we'll see first demo. So this is my product master. Already I have the data. So I'm going to give a demo first how we are going to work now. Okay. I'm going to give product code here and product name will be I'm giving here, and now we need quantity, price. So click on save. Product saved successfully. I want to edit this data. Click on this pencil. So then test record. Click on update. Data is updated successfully. I want to delete this record. Click on delete. Product details deleted successfully, and suppose I have entered some data and I want to clear it off all the controls. So click on clear. So this is the demo we are going to see in real time through stored procedures. So what we are going to do in this example is, so first this is the steps we are going to do. First we will design the screen, then we will create the tables from backend, then we will create all the stored procedures like to get the data from the database and how to insert and update the data. For this also we are going to create one stored procedure, and one more stored procedure we will create to delete the data, and finally we will create one connection strings in web.config. So we are going to extract the connection string from web.config, and finally we will implement all the stored procedures from backend, like how to implement from button click events. Each operation we will check. Okay, this we are going to do step by step. So first what we have to do is we have to design the screen. Studio 2013 for this example. Click on file, new project. I'm going to create one project for this. Click on project. So I'm going to take web project, web Visual Studio 2012 .NET Framework 4. Click on empty web application. So I want to give a name, just give a meaningful name here. I'm giving as CRUD operations for this name, and location I'm going to store on this one. So if you want you can change here. So this will create a solution for this. So that is the solution name also, CRUD operations. Click on OK. So it's creating project. Just go on Viewer Solution Explorer and see it. Yes, our project has been created. So what we have to do is we have to create one site master file for this project. Click on add new item. So create a one master file for your project. I'm creating one web forms master page. I'm giving a site.master for this. Click on add. So my master is created. I'm going to show in content placeholder head content here. Head part I will create here, and this is main content I'm showing here under content placeholder. Okay. So now what we have to do is we will create one page, web page for this. Right click and add new item. We have to create one web page here, web form with master page. I'm giving as product master for this page. Click on add. So site master we have selected for this. So I'm giving one title for this page. Title will be product master for this, and I am taking one hidden field to store my product ID. ID will be HF product ID run at server. Okay, then I'm going to take one div here, and I'm going to create one table. So for my table ID will be TBL products and run it over. I want to give border color black, border width also I want to provide 1, and the border style will be giving a solid, and horizontally it should align center. That's it. Now what I have to do is I want to give header row here, and header cell I want to create. I want to give name like product master for this. I'll align cost by 2, and I'm taking table row here, table cell. What we have to do is now we have to call it as product code here, product code, and one more table cell. I will display text box, txt product id, product code, not server. For this I need span here because this is the mandatory field I'm putting span, and for color I will change it as I will display red so that it is easy. So we need few other columns. I want to make it bold, this header also. So I will copy this entire row. We need other rows also. If you are a beginner, better you type fully. If you are already, if you have any experience, then you can copy paste, that's enough. I'm going to product name here, txt product name, and I want product quantity, so I'm giving as quantity, and price I want to give here txt price, and finally I want to give remarks column for this txt remarks. So we have created table columns, each cells, and this I don't want. What I'm going to do is here I want to column span 2, and I want to create buttons here. Buttons, I want 3 buttons here. Save. I'm creating 3 buttons here. This is delete button. Text will be delete. And finally we need one more button called clear. Text will be clear. We will give some space here. I'm adding spaces, 2 spaces for each button so that it will display nice. And I want to display horizontally center so that buttons will be displayed center. I'm adding one more row here, footer row. I want to display column span 2. I want to display confirmation labels here. I want success message, and after this I want one more label to display error message. So I'm giving one break here. Also here I want to add one horizontal row after product master. Then before buttons also I want one horizontal row, and now we'll see the design. So now we have created product master with the 3 buttons. Now we have to create one grid view here. So after this table I'll give one break, then I'll create one grid view. I'm giving ID as GB products, not so. You see, now I want to align this is also horizontally center, the otherwise. Yes, now it is displaying what we expected. So everything perfect. Now I want to format this grid view. Click on format, auto format. You can select the color which you want. So I'm selecting as this one. Apply OK. So also here product code I want required field validator for all these mandatory fields. Required field validator product view. Otherwise it will submit empty data. For product code is mandatory. Then control to validate. You have to pass the text box ID. Then display is dynamically we have to display. And error message, what you want error message is enter product code, then set focus on error is true, because whenever there is error it should focus. We have to group all together to whenever submitting, that time I want to show this one. Okay, copy this required field validator, and wherever mandatory fields, that place you can paste it and you can change it. Quantity also mandatory for me, and price also mandatory column. So remarks is optional, so no need to validate this field. So here RFV, so enter product name and control to validate. This is the control product name, and the quantity control to validate quantity text box, and price also we have to validate. So target control to validate will be txt price. So enter product price whenever their user is not entering any values. So while submitting update we have to enforce to enter the data so that it will not allow nulls. Okay, so here we have to group this. Validation group will be submit, so then only while submitting it will validate. So we have to set product master as default page, set as, right click on the page, set as start page, then click on execute. So now design is coming perfect without any errors. Now what we will do is, so we have to do some other changes here. I need auto generated columns, I don't want. Then data key names I required. Product ID will be data key and show headers when empty. Even if there is no data also, I want to see the headers. Okay, so design part we have completed, and then what we have to do is then we have to create table. So now we will create table. So to create table, I am using my SQL Server Management Studio. I am using 2012 for this example. So I am using Windows authentication here. Click on connect. I am going to create one database called demo. So I'm storing all databases in demo databases. Click on OK. Okay. Now I want to create, refresh here. I want to create one table here. Right click on tables, new table. So I want to create product ID. It is an integer. I don't want to allow nulls. I want to make it as primary so that it will not allow duplicate values. I want to make it as identity column so that we no need to enter the value here. Identity set as yes. So it is going to increment one value. Then product code I have to provide. It is also varchar of 50 values. I don't want allow nulls. Product name I don't want allow nulls, and quantity is integer. Then price I'm putting as decimals. So I'm giving 2 decimals price. Then remarks. So I'm finally creating as is deleted one column bit. By default this column will be 0, that means false. Why I am taking this column is whenever record is deleting, so I am not going to delete permanently, just I will update the flag, that's it. So click on save. It will ask for table name. I am giving as product master for this table. Click on OK. So table saved. I click on refresh here, expand. Yes, product master table created. Now then what we have to do is, next step is we have to create a stored procedures to get the data from product master. So we will create one stored procedure. For that what we have to do is create on your DB, click on new query, create procedure. I'm creating as usp underscore get data from product master. Here I need to pass one parameter. Product ID I'm going to pass as begin and end. So this is the way to create stored procedure. This is the create is the keyword, procedure we are going to create. This is the procedure name. So this is the parameter I'm passing. What type of parameter it is? Integer. So what I have to do is, if create product ID is greater than 0, then get only that record which is product ID, is whatever the product ID passed, that value only we have to fetch it here, else begin and if product ID is 0, then we have to get all the records. So we'll see how to get the product ID based record. So let's start from select star from dbo.productmaster where product id is @product id, and one more we have to pass the condition is we don't want deleted records, because if it is already deleted means I no need to consider those records. So I am going to eliminate those records. For that is deleted equal to 0. So only I want to get these records only. So copy this query here. Suppose so I'm not passing any product ID. That time what we have to do is I need all the records except is deleted is 0. Select star from product master where is deleted is 0. That's it. This is the store procedure. Click on execute. Created. You can come here and check it. Store procedures. Expand this. So our store procedure is created. Then what you have to do is we have to create a stored procedures to insert or update the data. We will create one more stored procedure here. Create procedure. Create or update what products. So I'm going to pass parameters here. I need product ID here. Product ID is data type integer, and I want product code. It's a 50 characters. So we have to, it should match with our table structure. So table structure we gave as 50 characters only. We should not give more than that. So I give copy paste. So I want product name here, then price, quantity we gave data type as integer, then we gave price, it is a decimal, so we give 2 decimals, will accept. Finally we gave as the marks column we have mentioned. Then I need output message. Give 100 characters. This is a output message. Okay, these parameters are required. Then begin and so I want to begin transaction. Sorry, I want to put it in try block. Begin try, end try, then begin catch, end catch. So if any error means set message. So we have to, if any error form means we have to show the message. Okay, now what we have to do is first we have to insert. Suppose if product ID is greater than 0, sorry, while inserting always product ID will be 0. For that we have to insert, else end. That's it. So if product ID is 0 means that is first time it's inserting. So we have to insert here. So insert query, insert into product master. What are all the columns we have to insert? Product code required, product name required, quantity, then price, then remarks. So we have to pass the values. Already we have parameter values. We have to pass that parameters, each parameter. Product code I'm passing. Then I'm passing product name. Then I'm passing quantity. Then price. Then remarks. So directly we are inserting all the columns. Suppose if it is update, how we know is if product ID is greater than 0, then this will be update product master set product code equal to product code, comma product name then quantity we have to pass here, then price, where we have to update product ID equal to product ID. Suppose if you are not passing this where condition, where product ID is this product ID, then it will update for all the columns. That's why we are passing here. So whenever data is inserted, I want to return one message called set messages product details saved successfully. Okay, then suppose if it is updated, that time I want to show product details updated successfully. Suppose if we found any error, you just return that message. That's it. This is the insert update products store procedure. So real time we will do like this. So we can keep comment here if required. For me it takes more time, that's why I'm not updating. Insert records here, update records. Okay, so my stored procedure is executed. Like refresh here. Okay, create stored procedure is created. Then what we have to do is create stored procedure to delete the data. Now we have done to get the data, we have created one stored procedure, and second one for insert update we have prepared one stored procedure. Third one we have to do is how to delete the data. For this we have to create one more stored procedure. Okay, still same stored procedure I am taking, just I am updating something. Delete products. For this I need only delete product ID only. For deletion, based on product ID only we are going to delete. For that what I'm going to do is, I don't want anything here, delete records. So update product master, what we have to do is deleted. I'm making as flag 1, that's it. If it is deleted means product ID is 1. So where product ID is product details deleted successfully. So that's it. What we are doing is I'm creating one stored procedure, delete product. I'm passing product ID and this is the return message, where return output I want as this message as written. So I'm setting, so based on this product ID, so I'm updating product master table. I'm updating only deleted flag so that it will not fetch into the grid. So product ID is @product ID. So whenever it is successfully executed, I'm sending return message as product details deleted successfully. Suppose if there is any error we found, then we are sending error message. So that's it. So click on execute. So created store procedure. Now we have completed almost our process from the backend. Click on refresh. So we need one stored procedure to get the product data, and to create update products we need one more stored procedure. To delete product we need stored procedure. That's it. Okay, now we'll get into the Visual Studio and we will implement these stored procedures. Okay, this is my Visual Studio. What I'm going to do now is click on project, right click. I'm going to add one class and I will call all my functions here. Okay, so I'm creating all my business logics in this product master. I'm creating one class. Before starting this implementation, I have to create one connection string here. I want connection string to connect database. Connection strings and name. I'm giving one name for my connection string. Then connection string. So we have to pass the data source here. Data source. So I'm using Windows authentication, so I have to provide my local machine name. My machine name is demo PC and initial catalog. Initial catalog is nothing but your DB name. So we have to pass our DB name. Our DB name is demo. Okay, so I'm passing my DB name here. Then integrated security true. So this is the connection string I'm going to extract. Okay, so first we'll see how to extract connection string. First we have to get the connection string. We will call connection string here, static. I'm creating a function to call that connection string. So I'm creating one variable to connection string. Here so we have to import one namespace here, system.configuration dot connection strings. So here you have to pass the connection string. It should match with your web config. So better copy paste from this name from your web config so that it will connect easily. Dot connection string. Okay, and what you have to do is finally return the connection string. What we have to do is now we have to establish a connection between SQL Server and this connection string. We need to import two namespaces here. I want system.data, system.SQL client, data.SQL client. Okay, now we will get SQL connection here. So we will initialize the connection string, SQL connection equal to new SQL connection. So we are establishing a connection. So connection dot connection string equal to my connection string return connection. So what we are doing is here initially we are getting from the web config. Here we are initializing the SQL connection. So we are calling this function here to establish a connection. Okay, so now what we will do is first get into here. We will implement all the stored procedures. First, I want to clear all the controls. So whenever it is executed, whenever this clear button is pressed, it should clear all these controls. Okay, for that what we have to do is we will create a function here, clear form. I'm creating a function. What I have to do is first I want to clear whatever the value here. I want to set it as empty. Okay, then whatever the product code value, I want to make it as empty. Then whatever the product name available, make it as empty. Then quantity, this is also, it will be empty. Then price, you make it as text. Then marks also I want to make it as empty. Whenever it's loading first time initially, so this delete button will be always will be disabled, so I want to make it as disabled. Txt btn delete dot enable is false. Then whenever this text, even after update also, I want to make it save as save, even if it is txt save dot text. Then text is, I want to make it as save. Then if it is any success message is completed, for that I want to make it as empty. Any error message, for that also I want to make it as empty. That's it. Now what we will call is, if it is not post back, then clear it, clear. So call this function so that it will clear all the controls values. It will make it as empty. I want implement save here. On click, on click. I want to create one event for button click here, button click event. I want one more button click event for deletion. For clear, I want click event. Okay, now we got all clear. For clear already we have the function clear form function. Whenever they pressed button clear, so it will clear the form. Now what we have to do is, for save we have to do, and whenever it is page loaded, we have to load the data here, and we have to bind the data to grid. So we will work on how to load the data. First I want to get the data from database, so I will get here data table, get product data. To get the product data, I need one parameter called product ID. For this what we have to do is, I need to create SQL connection here, connection. I'm creating objects here. Then I need SQL command object. Then I need data adapter. Then finally I want to store data into data table. Okay, so we have created the objects. Now we have to assign. Now what we have to do is, using connection, we have to call the SQL connection string here. Command is connection dot create command. We are going to create a command. Then command dot, what type of command it is? So it is a store procedure. We are going to pass store procedure. Then we have to pass the command text. So what is the store procedure name? We have to pass here. We have store procedure here. So this is the store procedure we are going to get. So you paste the store procedure name. So this is the store procedure to get the data. Now you have to pass the parameters. This is very important. Parameters dot add. So these parameters also, it should match the parameter name what we passed in SQL Server. Better you copy from SQL Server and paste it here, then only it will be easily identified, otherwise it will throw the error. What type of DB type? DB type is, it is a integer. Product ID is integer dot value. So assign the value. So this product ID we are assigning to SQL Server store procedure parameter. Okay. Then we need data adapter. So pass the command here. Then products equal to new data table da dot fill with data table. Finally just return the data table. That's it. Now we will get the data table. So like this you have to get. Okay, now we will create one function called get products here to get the data. So here I'm calling business logics object and creating for this one. Okay, so void get product data. What I'm doing is I'm creating one data table. Here we have to import using system.data namespace system.data.SQL client. So we have imported. Now we will get the data table here. Data products. I'm creating one data table object here. Now data products equal to obj bearer product master dot get product data. What we have to do is, here we have to pass the product ID. Product ID we are storing in hidden field. Okay, suppose if hidden field value is empty, then what we have to do is we will pass 0. Else what we have to do is convert this value to integer. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to bind this data. We will get the product details here into this data table. This data table we have to bind in grid. Okay, suppose if dt products dot rows count is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, what we have to do is we have to bind this. Okay, data source we assigned, then bind data bind. So else, suppose if there is no data found, it's empty table, then what you have to do? So we have to add rows. We are adding one new row to data table, then GB products, data source will be the products, bind this, then clear all the rows cells. Rows of, we know only we have one row. I'm clearing all cells so that we can match. Adding new table cell here. Now match this. Call span equal to. So how many columns we have to span is whatever the data table having. So we don't want rows, columns dot count. So it will span to number of columns available in the data table. Now we have to assign the text here. So 0 dot text is, we will assign as no data found. So this text will be displayed. Now we will align the text to center. Okay, so we will execute whether it's working or not, and we will try. Way to call this function: whenever the page loads, I want to call this function. So whenever page is loading, we are calling this clear form function. So we will get here, get product data. Whenever page loads first time, so this function will be called. So we are calling this get product data. Now we will try to execute the application and we'll see the output. So it is throwing one error. So what it is, must be non-negative and less than the size of the collection, because here we did one mistake. So we have not added any of the templates columns to grid view. That's why it is throwing the error. So we will add the columns and we'll see it. So we missed to add the columns. I'm adding columns now. So what I have to add is, I want to add one template field and a header text for this. Header text I will provide as, first I want edit button. So item style, horizontal I will align as center. So in this one I will add item template. So I want first one image button here, image button. So for editing purpose, img edit and providing on server. Here command name we have to pass. We are editing. Tool tips for easy understanding for the user. Here I need one image, so I'll add one directory here in a folder. I'm creating as images. I'll add one image for editing purpose. Add existing item. So I have some images here. Select edit. Okay. Now I'll add this one image URL. So I'll pick URL from images. I'll select this and close. Okay. Like this we have to add the template fields. I'll copy this and I want 5 more. Then I want product code here, so I don't want this. I want label here. I want to bind text here. I want to bind it. So we have to pass the parameter which you want to pass. I'm binding the product code. So close the label. So I want few more here. I want this here is product name. If you are a beginner, just try to type fully so that you will get some experience. If you are a little bit experienced, if you are, just you can copy paste it. And then I want quantity, so I paste in here. So we are binding with quantity. Then here price. Give meaningful names so that easy to understand. So here I'm passing the marks. That's it. We have added columns now. Here it is showing, if you see in design mode, this edit image, that means image is height and width is too high. So we have to modify the size for better display. We will change height 16 pixel and width also I'm setting as 16 pixel. Check in design now. Yes, now it's perfect. Now we will try to execute the application. Just build and run. Yes, now it is showing as we expected. So our delete button is by default it is disabling. Save and clear is okay. We'll see this one whether it's working or not. Clear. Yes, clear is working fine and data binding is fine. Now we will work on save update. Okay. So we have to create one function for save update. Okay. Write a function here for copying here. What we will do is we need a return string here. What we have to do is insert update product. I need parameters like product ID required, then product code required, then I need product name required, then quantity, then price, finally string remarks. So we need these parameters to insert or update. Okay, so just I'm doing copy paste here. So I don't want any data table here. Okay, what I have to do is, so I copy first my store procedure name for insert update, create update. Okay, this is my store procedure name. I don't want all this one because I'm not going to return anything. Only thing is I need message here. So only thing I'm going to return message whether it's inserted or not. Now I have to pass parameters like product ID, product code required, product name, quantity. So also we have to check this parameter names here, otherwise it will not work. Better we will copy paste here. Product name, then quantity is okay, price I want, here I want remotes. So now check the data types once. This is varchar and this is also varchar, and this is integer, and this is a decimal values I'm passing. This is also varchar. Okay, I need to pass one more parameter called need message. Need a message. Actually this is, I'm passing size also here. It is I have to pass direction because it's output parameter. So I'm passing this parameter as output. Then I have to open connection. Then command dot execute non-query. Then message equal to command dot parameters iterate message. That value of the string and converting it to string. Then finally close connection, closing the connection. return message. That's it. So now our insert update this also adapter is not required for me. Now for delete also we will complete now itself so that we can directly call this function. For deletion also I'm going to do it now. So what we are going to do here is delete product. I want only product ID here. I don't want to pass any parameters. Here copy the procedure name of delete products. What we have to pass is we have to pass only product ID and we need the output parameter message, so it will return message. Okay, so now we have completed. Now we will call these functions from our code behind file. Now I am creating one function here, private void insert and update. If I want to do insert update, I'm creating one function. I want result here string.empty. Then I want product ID here. From where we can get the product ID? From the hidden field. Suppose if hidden field value is empty, then treat it as 0. Otherwise, convert the value whatever you are getting from hidden field, because it is integer dot value. Okay, so now for insert update I need product key, then I need product code. Product code we will get it from text box. Always trim the text boxes. I need product name. Product name we will get it from product name text box. I'm trimming this one also. If there is any spaces we can avoid. Then what we want is I need quantity. Quantity will be integer. This we will get it from quantity text box, trim again. So we have to convert this value to integer because it's integer. Okay, then I want double price. Here I have to get the price from price text box, then close it. Then finally we want remarks. Remarks we will get it from remarks text box. Just trim it. Now we have to call the function from where I will get the result. obj product master insert update product. Okay, here what are all parameters it's expecting, so we have to pass in the same order, otherwise it will throw the error. Product ID, I want product ID here, product ID, then product code, product name, then quantity, then price, then remarks. So we are passing in the same order: product ID, product code, name, quantity, price, and finally the remarks. Okay, so we pass the parameters here. Just asking for something. So here it is decimal. That's why it is throwing the error to decimal and converting. Okay, now there is no error. So from here, whenever it is inserted, I will get the result, whether it's inserted or if any error also we will get here. What we have to do is, suppose if it is result dot contains the two results dot to lower dot contains. Suppose if it contains saved, we know what is we are expecting, save or update. Okay, saved or updated, because we know what we are expecting from here. So this is the insert update script. It will save or update. So any one we will get. Okay, suppose if I'm getting this one means, so clear form success message dot text equal to result, then finally clear form, so that it will clear all the controls. Else suppose if there is any other than this saved or updated, so it will be saved in, it will be displayed in lbl error message dot text equal to result. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to put all this in try catch block, so that if any error gets we will come to know. So for that what we have to do is right click, select entire code, click on surround with, so I want to make it with try. Okay, it came in the try catch block ex. I want if there is any exception thrown, I want to display in error message extract message. Okay, now we are able to get insert. Okay, now this one also we will keep it in try catch block, select entire code, surround with try, sorry, select entire code block, right click, surround with try. So if there is any exception, just to display in error message. Okay, so like this we have to. Now I want to call it here insert update. Whenever button save is clicked, I want to insert or update the data. So now next one is I want to update. When we will update the data, whenever that grid is clicked on edit, that time only I want to update the data. For that what we have to do is we have to click on grid. Here we have to call whenever row is edited, on row editing, I'll create one event. Whenever there is a editing, that time I want to update the data. So whenever editing clicked, whenever that pencil image is clicked, image button is clicked, I want to make it as text empty, then success message also I'll clear it off for better display. Then I'll save the product ID in hidden field, products dot data key names, data keys of e dot new edit index dot value dot to string. So whenever that grid row is click edit. So we have the data key name of product ID. So from that we are reading that value and we are storing in hidden field. From here I want to create one more function called edit. I will create one more function called edit private void edit need ID here, product ID for editing the record. For this I need edited values. So I'm creating one object for data table. So data products, I have to get it. Get data with product data. So from where we will get the product data, we have to pass product ID. Product ID is available in this one hidden field. Suppose hidden field is empty, means then treat as 0, else convert the hidden field value to integer because it's expecting integer. Okay, now we will receive the data table. If the data table values are rows are greater than 1, then assign values to product ID value will be product rows of only one row only we will get. What is the column name? Data value column name we have to pass product ID. So we are assigning the values back, so to display in the text boxes. Okay, then we need product code text. So I will copy here product code I required here, then product name, so then I want quantity, then I want price. These column name should match, then otherwise it will not bind to the exactly. Okay, so here remarks. Now what we have to do is we have to change the save button value text because it's now going to update. That's why I'm changing value to update. And now user wants to delete, means you can delete because by default delete button is disabled. Okay, now we will put all these codes inside the try block cache, try block. So with try, okay, if there is any error, I'm storing in ex, maybe error message dot text into next dot message. Okay, now what we have to do is edit also completed. Finally we need delete. Whenever there is a delete, save pod completed and edit pod also completed. Whenever grid is editing, we are editing. Now we have to do for delete. For delete we have to pass save pod. We will copy this function. This is insert. If you want to keep it like this, insert set update. This is what we are doing is edit grid. Okay, finally we will call delete. So this is we are going to delete here, delete. So here I need only product ID. I don't want get rid of this. And to delete we have already function delete product which is expecting only product ID. Okay, here we will get output will be like deleted. Okay, you can see this here. You will get the output message will be like deleted. That's why I'm calling deleted here. If it is any deleted comes result, so I'll display success message or I'll show in error message. Okay, if any error comes, we'll show it in error message. Okay, now where is the delete? One click event we have to call delete. Okay, so now I think we have completed almost of the things. Now we have to change one more is where is the label message. So I want to show this success message style will be, I want to show it as color green. Suppose if there is any error in this style, I want it in red so that it is easy to build. Now Control Shift B is build shortcut. Build successfully. Click on and executing now. We will see the output. So it's in debug mode. I am removing all the breakpoints. Press F5. So there is no data at present. We will try to enter the values. A1219 is my product code. Product name will be Choco Pie. Quantity I have 899 and price will be 15 rupees. Test and giving. Click on save. So here it's expecting remarks where we have not supplied the remarks. Okay, this is called error. It will show like this. So we will check where it is. So it is expecting remarks. We have not provided the any remarks. Okay. We have not passed remarks, I think so. Remarks. Yes, there is a spelling mistake here. That's why I told always you have to pause, copy paste this one better. Okay, so we have to correct this. So there is a spelling mistake is there. See here we have not updated the remarks also. Okay. And also here we have not mapped with product. That's why I'll suggest better type manually so that there will not be any issues like this. That too especially for beginners. Price then remarks. Okay. Now we will try to execute again and now run the application. So I'll add one product here. So saved successfully. Edit. Edit is not working because we have not called edit function here. Edit. What we have to do is hf value. So convert into integer. Now we have fixed all the issues. Now we will try to run the application. Click on edit. It's editing. Update. Product details updated successfully. So I'm adding one more product called V7. Product name is Chocopi. I'm adding 78, 25 rupees. Save. Okay, now I'm clicking edit. Click on delete. Product details deleted successfully. Now I'm editing. I'm clicking on clear. I want to clear all the contents. Click on clear. So content has been clear. Again edit. I want to update as test. Click on update. So like this, real time we will do the CRUD operations. That's it for today. So if you want source code, you can take the description. So you can download, you can test it. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video.